guys, snarfflarf here, and welcome back to another episode of Not for Broadcast. I am in another location again. That is because I'm home for the weekend, but I'm in a different place than I normally record when I'm home because I'm still on my laptop because the game is on here and I don't feel like downloading it to my other computer because it's a big game. So I'm at a different desk, and that's where I am right now. And where are we in the game? Let's see. Day 154, Rude Awakening. We're starting with tech stuff, because I did 2 broadcasts by accident last time. Alright. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces, with family by your side, a reassuringly familiar sight in these surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. Feel a hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, there with you as always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. Chris chimes in from beside them. See, Alex is fine. We missed the game for nothing. You and Chris still aren't on great terms, and it's hard to miss the tone of disdain in their voice. Remind yourself this isn't about Chris, and squeeze Sam's hand, smiling at them. Really, I'm not awake for 5 minutes and you're already being a dick. Just ignore him. Don't feed it. The worried lines on Sam's forehead fade a bit. Lauren knows you've both got enough to be anxious without your health being thrown into the mix. I was wondering what I was in the hospital for, and then I remembered last episode I got electrocuted, and then that whole thing was a fever dream. Final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up, his concern clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? He asks, quickly looking away. Of course I am, buddy. There's nothing to worry about. Charlie looks at you. What's that? Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. The smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mom? Your mother starts, your call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles. You're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everyone out. She asks you, for what feels like the 100th time, how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things concerned. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage. Just a bit of a shock to the old system. Pardon the pun. She smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple days rest at home, you should feel right as rain. She turns to leave and stops at the door. Oh, in the private room in care, the doctor gestures to your room, which now you notice looks rather expensive. Has all been paid for by Mr. Bozeman, who left those flowers, and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. We'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Alright, now we're even. I guess. For skipping a weekend of work, which we already called in advance for, I'm sure. Day 180, a burden to bear. You come home from a particularly late shift and find the kitchen light still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers are strewn in front of them. Good timing. As well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. Give you a quick kiss, and you take a seat next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at these numbers again. They looked at the door to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We're doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly the bills are all you can see. Fortunately, with the money that's been coming in and what we've been able to save, we've got more than enough to keep going. With Susie home to help out, the nurse would only need to be a part-time anyways. Sam smiles at you. I know things have been difficult and the daily care won't be cheap, but she's your mother. We have to really, don't we? I thought Advance or whatever was like making free healthcare for elders. Or something like that. Gratefully smiled back. Of course, we paid care for your mother's needs. Your mother hasn't been herself for a long while. Maybe it's time to consider the other option. No, I'll pay for her needs. The sword of Damocles sheathed, at least for the moment. You grab the papers and stuff them into a drawer. It's such a relief to not have to worry about it anymore. Or so you told Sam. Hours later, you're still awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking, how long will the money last? Well, at least the hospital bills were paid for. Letter home. 1. Sam's out and, with work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. Like a laugh, comedy is, Sam's not here, you can watch a horror without them. Just want to switch it off. Action thriller is the one. Sam isn't a fan of historical dramas, so make the most of them anyways. Probably want to watch a horror, but I feel like if you choose the horror option in the video game, it's gonna like make something bad happen. So I'll do a comedy. Humor's a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kiln has you double in laughter. Wiping a tear from under your eye, you spy something reflecting the light off the TV under the coffee table. Curious, you reach down and bring it out to the light. And as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left for you. Hey sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? You hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. Oh, that's your daughter's for wait, what? You hold it closer. Okay, so it's the daughter's gift, or it's Sam's gift? It's Sam's gift for Charlie? No, daughter's gift for Charlie? Okay, I don't know. I got lost. You're not sure Sam would approve. Something note from Susie explaining. Susie's my daughter, right? Susie's my daughter. So that's Susie's gift for Charlie. Right? The company note from Susie explains, Urkistan has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up. Or about to pick up. Nice she thought of him. Alright. Oh, here we go. Here's the broadcast. Day 232, the silence. Also, sorry if my face is just all bright white light. It is what it is. Where's the sound? I don't hear anything. Oh, probably because.
Your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
You realize I'm going to show.
I mean it, Kath.
We'll do a mid-round crazy Neil.
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
Start with sports board.
All yours.
At 8 p.m.
I'll talk to
Bard Master 5000. Sure, why not?
Tell him I'll return his wife's hospital again. She'll have dinner next week.
Okay. The last one broke.
Returns with a new season
Jenny.
of Incisors, and his very first guest is popular.
So, we don't have a commercial. Can I rerun a commercial?
Bill for popular transatlantic comedy. That no
letting it go to your head.
I don't have any calls.
10
seconds, everybody. Part of a team these days.
With
Things are
Sally
better,
Beck
Jeremy, you know
to
that.
close out this evening's entertainment.
Stop being so high
Five seconds.
and do your job.
You'll have me fight.
We're starting with choices.
at the National
Good
Library.
evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging,
Happy
include
face.
restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food,
I don't know what this is for.
and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public. How should we react?
So how do you feel about the sanctions?
I actually think that with advance in charge we'll be fine. Of course, the rest of the world will want us to fail. Or
Okay,
their billionaires next. But
I'm probably just gonna choose neutral
I trust Julia.
now that I understand.
Patrick.
If this keeps going.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuring...
Because I don't know if I,
in response to the World Council.
you know, I don't know the full
Controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short
political implications, I guess.
We are a
So
democratic
neutral is
elected
probably
government with massive popular support.
the best way to
Do not
go
recognise these
for
sanctions.
now, I
We
guess.
encourage other socially progressive
'Cause I'm just not
nations of the world
sure.
to both resist and ignore them.
I should probably also listen to this.
Struck fear into the heart of the international community. By showing
But I notice if I mute the game sounds, like when I'm editing, and I just have like my voice going for when I have to like edit it that way, I barely say anything in
rely on the
these.
help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
Alright, none of that means anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Defiant stuff.
Okay.
But what do you, the public, think of
Neutral.
our current stance?
Neutral, I think, is the way to go.
Robin Short found out.
Hi there. Robin Short, National Nightly News. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on the current government.
I'm not really very interested in politics, really. As Mother always said, leave politics to the politicians, Malcolm.
That's
A Flawed Day's Night.
not.
Following the
Probably
release
not
of the Flawed
right.
Master 5000, production of Flaweds are at an all-time
I feel like you should care about politics, because then you can like change stuff, but I don't currently, as it is, care about politics because they stress me out and I don't really understand them, but I'm also... Well, I'm 18 now, so now I can vote.
Is there anything better
I
than
wish they
having
taught you about it in
Patrick
school.
to find
Like in
out?
high school.
Patrick to find out.
Could I ask you for your opinion of Flords? Could I ask you for your opinion of Flords? Flords.
What are they?
You know, Flords, like the... Flords, you know, everyone knows what Flords are. Flords. Flords, you know, everyone knows what Flords are.
Don't care.
Yeah. I just don't... I don't know.
Is it some sort of code?
Are you
Is
okay?
it some sort of
It all kind of
momentary lapse
just
of
stresses me out and
Commuters
like...
across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial...
All politicians are like...
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found
Honestly, mostly lies. Like, in whatever party. Just politicians are
Whether
crazy.
supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy. But most commuters didn't.
You know, they're just trying to get you to vote for them.
Well, as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
They say what they need to.
How do we all feel about
I don't know.
disrupt and their eclectic tactics?
I don't want to...
Found out.
Do you have any
I feel like this is a weird game to like play as a video because I feel like I should talk about politics, but I don't know anything about politics.
Always said, leave
Like,
rebelling
I mean, I have some opinions, but like,
Bubbling up. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr.
Wow.
Ingrid Sforsborg and Hawkinsford.
I just want people to be happy.
Of the escape craft in which they hope to finally leave Dante's tank.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut
gonna
from
keep going neutral.
optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
So what should
eh.
we think about
I feel like eventually in my life I'll follow it all more, but like, I mean, I got college and stuff to worry about, I don't know. I'm doing my best.
Oh, Jesus wept. Have you thought about quitting smoking?
Right. No, I'm fine now. Right.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
The trapped scientists.
Oh yeah, right.
The trapped scientists. Brilliant. Brilliant.
I am not a number, Applications finally open today for the new advanced team membership cards. A scheme
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to do like happy or sad, like positive or negative. I guess it is because I know that this is like gonna be like a thing where it's like the choices that I make are gonna persuade like the public opinion, and I feel like if I choose neutral, then that's less.
But most importantly,
manipulative? I don't know.
Team membership.
I feel like if you just get like a neutral stance on it, then you can kind of come up with conclusions yourself.
Membership is mostly for
I don't know.
unmentionables, Malcolm.
And finally,
I don't think any of these people are talking about like anything useful though.
Johnny Hamsleeves.
But like that's a joke, I guess.
Was spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
we can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected. As by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Don't really care, love.
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
Oh no. Is it the group? Is it the group with the don't bully video? Alright. I can't. It's normal again. That's good. Oh, person. Alright. This one's only gonna be one broadcast.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some...
I did two by accident last time.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this
I
unprecedented
was gonna split it into two, but
Are you there, Peter?
it just flowed really weird when I cut it. So I was just like, whatever.
I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of
Talking.
this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard of labour camp, like wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Avance's defiant stance?
Vance is like man who think he a big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at beer and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland. We have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent.
No, I don't. I don't have sense of
And
penis.
welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames. We don't use things like socially
Minister?
Just Björk.
It's just Björk.
Minister? Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the prize.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole like vote thing.
Look how white you are.
Euroland here at the moment.
Is that what he just said?
Generations. So like we all have polar.
Did he say it was racist? Because that's what I heard.
It's happening, and that's like a really time-consuming process. Actually,
You're like sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah.
Oh, stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
He always wins.
It's back to me trying to figure out what the hell's going on between just these people just arguing with each other.
You're like man with tiny penis who think he
Does it light up green when it's the person who's talking?
But actually, he discovered that.
Because I
No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the
Yeah, it does let it bring when they talk.
what
Okay.
we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall. Good.
Actually, in Finland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. Like my friend Helga, she got arrested for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her teal thing. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. Do you know that cracker too? What became of her?
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
Human interest, Jeremy, the real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching Jan, give us a call. If you're watching Jan, yeah, let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first.
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vent. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
What is this? This man has had nothing but tiny penis this entire time.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and possible shortages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Beard?
Well, from here, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated devices, concepts like mum. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s, and that's like a really hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant mutant-hairy bear. And really, he just standing in field
holding his tiny penis. Yes, thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here.
I think these are okay. These are like world leaders, I guess.
Don't worry, everybody. Don't be
This is UK, which is this? This is, I don't know, Russia? He's like Sweden? He said like Finland, which probably supposed to be like Sweden, unless that's a real place. I'm very bad at geography, so it could be.
We'll be back.
After these
I don't know any countries.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Thank you for the correction.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Could someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Right? Oh, segment grade A+.
Censorship should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
That. I wonder if I should do that, though.
Are you still meant to bow?
Because
What?
that doesn't sound good, right?
Are they giving you the crown prince?
That sounds bad. Government censorship.
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
The swears, like, whatever.
It's quite alright.
Like, I don't really mind swearing personally, but, like, if people don't want their kids, like, hearing it and then, like, repeating it. But, like, government? Like, what are we censoring? Like, can I not? Like, if I don't do that?
Back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later,
I'd probably get a lower grade, right? But, like, it's my moral choice.
First, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. Jeremy. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus.
Jesus.
It's a real honor to be here on the show. You know, as a kid on the street, I
Jesus.
used to watch you through a window of the shop. So to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
You know, I try not to you know, I try not to, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
the past is the past.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. My mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. And she died right there in my arms, man. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. A tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve.
Well, okay. I feel like they're making fun of him because he keeps saying I don't like talking about it, then talking about it. But I mean, these are the questions he was asked. This is the interview. Like, that's clearly the joke of
Recently,
this.
you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah,
But I don't really get it because it's...
Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that
Okay, I'm not gonna bleep out the blue.
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah. Nah, of course, man. Very much so.
Oh, it's gonna be a thing like he was lying.
Why do I have to pay for it, you know?
People have been
That's what it's gonna culminate to. Like, he really grew up, like, really rich.
I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing. And I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. G-Slice. Mr. G-Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
or maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that
I mean, music is a legitimate career.
Easy segue out of a conversation that
And is important.
was much more painful for me than it was.
But also, it sounds good to me that they mostly eliminated homelessness in the country.
Mrs. Ludlow.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
So this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent.
And yeah, I think it's stupid to say, like, since I had to suffer, like, you had to suffer. It's like...
It's Jesus!
It's like the boomer humor where it's like, when I grew up, I was at war when I was 5 to give my children a better life, and when you're 5, you're playing video games. But it's like, okay, so you did give your children a better life. That's what you wanted. So why are you upset? You should be happy that instead of being like at war, your children are tap on Glowbox.
So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, can no one ever
they play that in the intro a lot.
Waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive, but why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the crest of the wave, cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit.
I don't want to censor the blue stuff, because even though I like what Advance seems to be doing, but I feel like you still shouldn't censor other opinions, because then it's like, who gets to determine which opinions get censored and which don't, and then like it can like flip. And then like bad stuff can be, you know, allowed, and you know, good stuff can be censored. I don't know. I mean, unless it's like something like straight up like Nazi ideology or something that's like straight up wanting to murder people. Like that should be censored. But like just saying like, I don't know, criticizing the government, that's fair. Oh.
Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets, set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squealing betters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters.
You know, no person is perfect, so you're allowed to criticize any politician. You're allowed to criticize anyone you want. Oh god, I missed that. I'm not censoring this well. Because I'm trying to avoid the blue. I know it wants me to censor it. But like, I don't know. You know. I wasn't even listening to what he was saying.
With his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your notes.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this is absolutely ridiculous.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased.
I only censored the red though.
Outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. We will never censor. Back to you, Megan.
A bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture.
I only tried to censor the red.
We'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Jenny, this is fucking outrageous.
Just a reminder.
This is ridiculous.
Crazy deal. Okay, but I only censored the red, which is just swears. Yo, garden furniture that looks like garden furniture? I'm imagining that at the last ad break, something's gonna like happen anyways. You know, Chuck loves God, and there's a reason that this is gone. More than 7 gnomes?
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Rayson, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
So lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs are kimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement. The Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, Pete thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right,
What did you say?
yeah, right,
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in
These are
God's name are you doing here?
Some of the same people
After the success of
from
my debut work and all the people that I've touched,
the don't bully thing.
I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show.
I mean, at least it's something actually
Yeah, so
personal experience instead of the last one where it's just a bunch of rich kids pretending to be poor kids
as well as epic fantasy
in a play.
of scenes from my life.
But Dad,
It's gonna be really bad though, you
promised
know.
you'd come to my
I know the humor of
graduation.
this at this point.
Come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad,
You're an embarrassment.
you promised you'd come to my graduation. You promised you'd come to my
Back,
graduation.
demon! Back to the hells! Demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from
Am I
typecasting.
supposed to be on
forced to
this?
play the same
No, I don't think
tired
so.
characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or god-forsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show? What is it that you
Question.
bring to the show?
I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the
I
shoulder.
feel like people are like coming to see his show like the same way that people go to see like Minions Rise of Gru. Where it's like just pure like irony, but like you let yourself kind of genuinely enjoy it. Like in a stupid way.
First-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred path!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, is actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
I wonder if it's gonna count now that I censored the guy's song, because I only censored the curse words.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor. Absolutely.
For what?
It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt, you'll have taken our jobs.
It's acting very different, this
That's all
broadcast.
we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night. Have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Must stop bumping into each other like this, eh? Bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh.
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 This is just gonna be broadcast. Oh. Broadcast failed. You didn't play an advert time? What?
Have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get
Alright.
reset for tomorrow.
Okay. If I cut this part out, then basically I just managed to load a new tape into a different tape player. And then that worked. I wish I would say that. Alright. Segment grade A+. Let's see. A+, B, A+. Alright. Small bonus, current wealth. Comfortable. Nice. Alright. Neil steals. Flat. Advance has gone down. The resistance has stayed neutral. Shannon 1 still likes me. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye!
On a new adventure.